Hello guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Someone on one of my videos commented saying that I cannot draw. And that got to me. So, I'm going to draw something today for you guys. And this is all live, caught on camera, no editing. I have my pen, I have my tablet. It's all plugged in, and we're going to get right into it. So I'm going to be drawing Sonic from the Sonic movie because there's no way I can draw it badly because the film looks garbage and it allows a bit of clickbait. So I'm going to go in, and we're going to basically end up seeing if I can draw and proving you guys wrong. So before I do this, there's something important I need to do. I need to mount my mic, so my voice is probably going to be quiet, but I will edit in music, guys. Don't worry about it. Gotta get the glove. You get the glove out. So this is how you know that I'm an artist. So, like that. You grab the pen. Now I'm getting in. So I'm going to give myself 12 minutes. 12 minutes to see how well I can draw. So, sit back guys, enjoy a bit of music, and let's see what I can come up with in 10 minutes. Right. First I've got to select the pen. Okay, so I'm going to start off with his head. Now the good thing with this is that there is no way I can get anything wrong because of how bad he looks initially. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get a bit of a zoom in actually. Why didn't that work? Right, because I need to do some sort of like pacing on it. I need to keep it a little bit simple to start off with. So let's give him a little flick of hair. And we can go out on his mane like that. A bit of that. And a bit down like that. And then we can come up into his face like that. Now we want to draw his face in, which is kind of like that. And it goes, oh, no way, that lag. That was like the perfect drawing in this little bit. Let's look back in there, yeah. There, cool. So, that is his head, you could say. That is his head. I'm quite pleased with that. So I'm going to draw an ear sticking out over here. Like that. Right, so that's his ear. Then he's going to have another ear here. But I'm going to have to do that a different colour. Because I think this is going to be the difficult bit. So I'm now going to get his head in. So I'm going to do it all in one layer because there's no cheating. So we need a bit of a orangey grey colour like this. Yeah, I rate that. Now I'm gonna fill this in. Right, that's not a wise way to do that. Right. So now it will be coming in to fill this. I'm not actually sure how to do that. Where's the fill tool? Surely there's a fill tool. It's alright. I guess I'm just going to have to colour it in, guys. Let's go. Like that. So that's his mouth area. And then we're going to go back into the blue and now draw his body a little bit. Because this is quite important. But I think I'm going to have to go off the grid here because I've made his body. So he's going to have a little bit of a neck, but I'm going to bring his arm out. So his arm's going to come out like this. That's going to go into his hand. It's going to loop back in. Because, you know, you want to make this look realistic. And then he's going to have one hand down on the floor, right? And that's going to be like the pose he's in. So like that. I think that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. in my opinion. Now, the body. So the body is going to have to come just under the armpit like that. And I would rate having the body something like that. And we'd come in here with this, and we'd put a little bit of this colour on the centre. I say like that because this is important to do. Get him in on the centre is very important. So, to be honest with you, this is pretty accurate, right? Guys, comment down below. Let me know. Do you think this is accurate? Because I do. You can tell because I've got this on my hand. That means I know how to do art. Now, we're going to leave his hands for a minute because there's going to be some complicated shading techniques which none of you will be ready for until close towards the end of the tutorial. So now we're going to bring out his leg. And when we bring it down, we need to factor in his kneecap. We need to come down to his shoes and then cut him off. Then come back up and bend in where his kneecap was and then come out like that. Because that's basically how legs work. I think I've binned up his groin area a little bit. Right, so his legs should have come up to about here really, you know, midway into his body, because that's normally what happens to humans. Then I'm going to come down, but his leg's going to be folded behind him and his shoe is going to be about there. I'm going to bring that back up, get the circle in there, and then bring that up like that. But I'm going to balance this out a little bit. So I need to be a little bit careful now because we're running into complicated territory here with this one. So that's going to go in like that. And that's basically his knee and he's bending backwards. Which, I mean, is pretty obvious to see. Now I'm going to go around all of this. Because before we get into the complicated part of the tutorial, guys, I want to make sure that that you guys have got a basic understanding of the premises of how to draw. Now, yeah, I mean, that looks really good, really accurate. So let me do that. Now we're going to draw shoes, which, for the sake of this video, guys, because obviously you will know art or you wouldn't be watching this, we're going to jump in and we're going to sort his shoes out. Now his front shoe, so there's a trick with perspective here. We're going to come down and then we need to make it a bit rounder and we need to bring it back up. And that's to basically imitate perspective. So the viewer of this masterpiece will think that the shoe is actually a shoe. So like that. And now we need to make it a bit smaller once again, this is perspective, guys. So we actually need to start the shoe coming down here and then making it a bit bigger. Then coming up in and then up into his body. And that would come down and around like that. And that's to imitate the fact that he's actually stood. He's actually stood up. Like that. That'd go into there. That'd go over to there. Cool. I'm going to make this shoe a little bit less, I think, because I've gone a bit overboard with this shoe. But that's right, because you can erase, guys. It's not cheating. It's called erasing. Now we can come in and we just want to circle the shoe off again. Now, he also has white on his shoe. And white, the meaning of white is light. Wherever you see white, you see light. So now we need to do the perspective like that and jimble that up there. Come on, do the shoe like that. And then we have the little tip and it pops up a bit and goes back up into the shoe like that. And that basically brings Sonic's shoe, and the same needs to happen here. And this is a bit more trick with the perspective, guys, like that. And you can do a little bit like that, and then you can just tease it round so it looks real like that with perspective again. And then obviously the shoelaces will go all the way up. And then we need to come in with the black and very finely add some shoelaces in. Like that. And like that. So straight off the bat, you can see him, and you can see he's running at you. You're scared. He's coming. So now the hands. Now I told you guys that this was not going to be easy, the hands. So actually, before we jump on the hands, guys, I'm gonna colour in his head, because I'm thinking that that's gonna be the next step. So if you use a big pen, you can round it up a little bit. Which is going to end up giving you a more accurate representation of curves. Now, a fun fact about the colour blue, guys, it's the colour of the sea. Now, let's continue. So we're going to go down here. Basically, what's happening here is I'm adding in little kinks and discrepancies. So it looks, I mean, this looks lifelike enough. I get that, guys. You don't have to compliment me too much. I understand I'm good at art. So that's his ear there. And we'll bring his ear out in a sec with a bit of a lighter shade of blue, like this, right? And then we can just tease that a little bit smaller. Just brings his ear out a bit like that. And what we also want to do is put some shading on. So shading is very important to make the character look lifelike, guys. And I'm going to put a little bit of shading here, where he'd have his eyebrow, and another little bit here, where it has the eyebrow. And then we'd come in with a black pen, and we need to do some sort of kink around here, and this forms his mouth, which goes there, and then he's got his nose. So you can see, sorry, this is serious tutorial. You can see here that we've got quite a decent representation of Sonic. So, always, actually, quick tip, always make sure you save your drawings. Sonic, that's how it's spelled, isn't it? So you always make sure you save your drawings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the blue like this, and you need to layer your drawings. So what you should do is do blue first on his body, right? So you can colour him in nice and easily. For some reason my computer is lagging trying to... Why is Illustrator having a tough time with this? Right, so we colour him in, which I should have done first, before adding any of like the discrepancies of the details. Like that. Right, and that will obviously finish his hand, which is important. I'm going to thicken his arm up a little bit. I'm going to do that here as well. So this arm needs to come down a bit longer, because it needs to be by his feet, basically. This hand's quite good here. This is fine. I'm just going to tighten up his legs a little bit. Yeah, like that. Cool. Just need to round that off a little bit more. Lovely. So, oh, right, cool. And now I need to come back in to get this material, because what I need to do is make sure that his body is the way it should be. And that's obviously quite an important thing. So, let's take a look. So we're going to come in here and we're going to round his body off like that. And then we're just going to colour this in. Ooh, I want a little bit mental on that. Nothing too fancy. Round the edges. Like that. I'll let it render that in. Cool. So that's, I mean, this is quite accurate. So now the eyes, right? You need white for the eyes. The eyes have to be white, right? So, and they also come off his head like that. Then they go down, around like that, and then they curve back in like that. So then we're going to colour this one in. That's pretty accurate. And his other eye, you're not going to see quite as much of it because it's almost going to go around the corner like that. And then his eyeballs are green. So you want to go for a bit of a dark green, right? Like that. But that needs to be followed with a tiny bit of black in the middle. Like that. Which forms his pupil. So you can see here that this is quite important. Like there's no messing around with this, guys. I should have put the camera down here really, because you would have got a better view of me. Right, so yeah, this is like the important thing to look at. So now we've got quite a nice frame drawn. We need to come in and we need to draw his gloves. Now this is difficult. This is a different question, but luckily because I'm pro at art, it's not going to bother me. So you're going to want to come in very fine and do a circle around here. And bring his hand out, form a knuckle, bring his finger down, flip that around, have a gap, like that, and his thumb's going to come in like that. And now what that's done is given the illusion that his finger is on a bit of a different level. And then you just colour that in. So yeah, you'd colour this all in black. Like this. Lovely. That looks really accurate actually. And then what you might do is just come in with the eraser to add, you know, a little bit of fine detail on the gloves. So a little bit there, a little bit there, little discrepancies. So you can just understand what's going on. Now this is a difficult hand because he needs to be touching the ground. So what you need to do is draw a base layer like this first, right? That's important. Now you need the fingers So he's in the night here, right? So just like that, we've got Sonic in the night. And then I'm going to pick this colour and make it even darker. Then put some dashes and splodges around to simulate stars, which is once again quite important. So there'll just be little discrepancies in the sky, guys, like this. And what this does is it's an art technique called the Eggman, and it basically simulates the sky, and then we'd have a bit of a darker green, right, like that, and we do the same. Why is that not coming out green? And we'd do this down here, right? And what this shows is that he's basically actually stood on. If you do it like this, right? So the background's like that. What this implements is that there's shading at the back and there's not as much here. But we want to bring a bit forward anyway, like that. So, guys, also, guys, this is one of the most important things of any piece of art that you ever make in your life, so people don't steal it. You need to basically sign it, so people know it's yours. People will never take what's yours. So I'm going to sign this. It's going to be difficult because of the angle I'm at, but always sign a bottom corner. So it's got to stand out the signature, right? So G, and it's very difficult because I'm at a bit of a dodgy angle. That's not my signature. I'm at a dodgy angle. So there, right? So you've always got to sign your artwork. So my signature is G, J, and then I scribble. Right? So now I've signed the artwork. This is complete. This art is complete. I mean, is this not like what you, this is why I'm here. This is a tutorial. Guys, if you followed along, go onto my Discord, link in the description, and chuck these images at me, because I need to know if you guys were able to follow my tutorial. Thank you for watching, guys. Smash that like button. No, this is a serious video. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. The finished product, guys. Look at him. He is perfect. I bet nobody could do a better drawing than that. If you can, go onto my website and submit it for a chance to win. Who's next, guys? Do I draw Detective Pikachu or do I draw Star-Lord? Vote in the comment section down below.